Streaming our service. Some of our families are unable to join us this morning due to various sundry things, so we are streaming our service as well as doing it here in person. Lena, good morning to you. Boker Tov, good to see you. I missed you on Sunday. Yeah, glad to have you back. Sorry, I could try to turn that off, but Phil likes to have it on. Maybe it would be best. Phil, I'm going to turn off our monitor here. It causes less distraction. Oh, thank you.
We're not worried about the screen. We're going to enjoy Rabbi Morse.
Right, and Cantor Stacey in a moment, who is joining us. We're going to do our morning blessings. Lena can help us as well, because she knows these. Ryan, these will be new to you. We begin with blessings in Judaism. There's a blessing for everything. And when you start the day, there are appropriate blessings to say. One of them, the one we're going to start with, is, it's actually, you found it in the book even. We can, okay.
I just said it's too loud. It just says,
Right, yeah, we'll be getting in there too.
If you open the right page, right?
Good page. He knows. Good job, Ryan. We're going to begin with a prayer that thanks God for being alive. It's called the Modeh Ani, but it has two words to it. Well, it has two beginnings to it. If you're a guy, you say Modeh Ani. Ryan, that's what you and I are going to say. We're going to say Modeh Ani. Can you say that? Modeh Ani? Modeh Ani, kind of, okay. And Lena, if you're a girl, you say... Yes, Moda Ani. That's our way of thanking God that we are alive, that we are here, that we are able to gather together, that we are able to see the world around us, we can hear the world around us. And so I'm going to invite us to all stand up, because this is what we do in the morning. When we first get out of bed, we stand up. We have a chance to greet the day, maybe do a little stretch. That's good. We can stretch with a Siddur. And with Cantor's help, we'll begin. And we'll have the ladies begin with Moda Ani, and then we'll come in with Modeh Ani.
Moda Ani lefanecha.
Modeh Ani lefanecha. Melech Chai v'kayam. Shechazarta binishmati bechemla. Bechemla, Rabba emunatecha, Rabba emunatecha. And that's a short prayer that says, thank you, God, I'm alive, I am well, the day is before me, and I am ready for the day. We continue with our next prayer, a Baruch Hu, our call to worship. And this one has some words that are appropriate for us, because the Baruch Hu is a time to think. But to think differently. We're not thinking about English. We're not thinking about math. We're not thinking about coloring. We're thinking about ourselves. And we're thinking about creation. And we're thinking about God.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la, yai la 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 la. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamevorach. Baruch Adonai hamevorach, hamevorach. Le'olam va'ed, hamevorach, hamevorach, le'olam va'ed.
And the next words we say are known as the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, Adonai is our God, Adonai is one. And these words, our rabbis teach us, if you say these words in the morning, you could have a very nice day. And if you say them at nighttime, you might have some very sweet dreams. And so in the morning and in the evening, these are the words that we say to begin and to end our day, that we should listen We should listen for God's voice telling us to do good things. We should listen to the music of creation. Although we're here inside a sanctuary, it's a hard to hear the birds outside, but when you're outside, we want to listen for all of those things. Shema.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malachuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Good job. We can be seated. The next song we sing is all about looking for miracles. Miracles are little things that happen every day when we notice them. For instance, this morning, I'm not sure if it was a miracle or maybe a sign of, I'm not sure what, but as Deborah was getting to walk Mandy this morning, our dog, in the yard right next to us, there were 3 coyotes. She came back in with Mandy. Mandy's a big dog and doesn't like coyotes, and we didn't want to make the coyotes too angry, so she came back inside with Mandy. But there were 3 of them in our neighborhood. We have a bunch of trees. Mandy doesn't like squirrels, so we're all kind of hopeful that maybe the coyotes might do something about the squirrels. But at any rate, to see wildlife, we have to be careful, okay? Always be careful. They were here long before us, so we saw the coyotes, we did the right thing, came back inside, and so that was a neat way to begin the day. We sing a song about a miracle. This was a miracle our people first experienced when we left Egypt. That was the miracle, Lena. That's right. The water split. Now, everybody was there. The children of Israel were all there. They all walked through the parted waters. But guess what? Some did not experience that miracle. How is that possible? They were all there. The waters were split. They were walking. Some did not experience the miracle. Some of them were walking, and they noticed, it's all wet here on the ground. This is just like the mud we had back in Egypt. And they complained the whole way that the mud was getting on their shoes, their sandals, and getting on their clothes, and it was making a mess, and it was getting very dirty. They didn't even notice the walls of water on both sides. They didn't even realize that they were walking through the split sea. They missed the miracle because they were busy complaining about the mud. That's why it's always important for us to look around, because miracles are waiting for us to see them every single day. And we sing our song. It's called the Micha Mocha. Lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, 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 lai. Yai, lai, yai, lai, lai, lai. Yai, lai, yai, lai, yai, lai, yai, lai. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot. Oseh feler, oseh feler.
So keep your eye out for miracles, because they're there. Hopefully they won't be quite as unnerving as coyotes. Maybe they'll be a little more subtle, like the hummingbirds that I have that fly around my hummingbird feeders.
Or sunset.
Or the sunset. Right, a little cloudy this morning, but we would have seen the sunrise. And if you look up at the nighttime sky after the sun is set, I think it's right about over here now in the eastern sky, there's a bright light in the sky. Looks like a bright star, But guess what? No. The sun's already set. This is not a star. It's the planet Jupiter. And it's the bright point of light you'll see a couple hours after the sun has set. It's over here in the eastern part of the sky. That's a planet, Jupiter, a very big planet. And yeah, big, right? Absolutely. I'm sorry?
Brian knows Jupiter.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Has a lot of moons, right? Jupiter has and the big red spot, the storm on Jupiter, right? Yeah. We're thinking about it. That's great. And those are the neat things we have. So, what holiday are we here to celebrate today? Lena, what holiday is today? Oops. Today is Yom Kippur. That's absolutely correct. We're going to go with just that one since today is Yom Kippur. What is Yom Kippur all about? Okay, I think what I heard was we're looking back, we're taking a look at our past year, and we're going to say that we're sorry for the mistakes that we made along the way, right?
It's a day of forgiveness.
It's a day of forgiveness. I have a story for us about Yom Kippur. It'll be up there on the big screen. We got a little high tech with our story
that's
today.
A Hebrew name, right?
Yeah. Shira at the temple. This is a Yom Kippur story. And in the story, we're going to have a chance to learn about Yom Kippur, but also learn about some Hebrew words, okay? So let's see. There we go. All right. At school, Shira learned all about Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish year, what day when we say slicha, sorry, looking inward and asking, was I the best person I could be? Her teacher told the class that grown-ups don't eat or drink on Yom Kippur. They fast. The Hebrew word for fast is tzom, so they can concentrate on praying to God. It's true. I will not be eating breakfast, lunch, or even dinner today. I did not have my morning cup of coffee to get the day started. I had food last night, and I will have food again this evening, a meal this evening when we break fast. But in the meantime, I'm not eating, so I can concentrate on who I have been. I can concentrate on God, and I can concentrate on how I can try to be better. See, there's Shira sitting at her desk, and she's doodling, and she's drawn no food. See, no fork and knife, and of course the shofar. On Yom Kippur, we will hear a story about Jonah and the whale. Do you guys know about Jonah? The prophet Jonah? He was hired to go by God. He wasn't hired. God asked him to go into the city of Nineveh and to tell the Ninevites that they've been bad and it's time for them to behave themselves. But Jonah doesn't want to do this. Instead, Jonah tries to flee. He tries to go someplace else. And he ends up in the belly of a big fish. Yes, right. The whale is the picture. And he ends up in Nineveh. And he does what he's supposed to do. The teacher also read the story about Jonah and the big fish and the beautiful prayers we all say on Yom Kippur. Last night, we heard the Kol Nidre. This is a prayer about all the words that we speak. We hope to be a little more careful about the words we speak this year. And we will end today with the service of Ne'ilah. Shira knew that Yom Kippur is especially important and that every Jewish person should pray to God to say sorry, slicha, and to make a plan to do better the following year. On Yom Kippur, Shira's parents took her to the temple, the Beit Knesset. There they were all dressed in their holiday clothes, just as the Cantor and I are, and you all are dressed in your beautiful holiday clothes. Our mom and dad were thinking about. Shira sat next to her parents and listened to the rabbi and the cantor chanting the prayers, mostly in Hebrew. She wanted very much to pray to God too, excuse me, but she did not yet know how to read Hebrew. The service went on, and it's a very long service. Boys and girls, let me tell you, we start and we don't end until the evening. The service went on, and she said, how can I take part in this important prayer service? Shira heard the sound of the shofar, so loud and so powerful. We sounded that during Rosh Hashanah. And she knew what she was going to do. She got up, she went up to the bima, she pulled on the rabbi's talit, and Rabbi Dean looked at her, stopped the prayers, and looked down, and Shira started whispering to her. "What is it, Shira?" the rabbi said. Shira said, "Rabbi Dean, I know I'm just a little kid, and I don't know much Hebrew, but I do know how important Yom Kippur is, and I'd like to take part in the service." Wow. Wonder how she's going to be able to take part in the service. Rabbi Dean looked surprised, but answered, "Go ahead, little Shira, be a part of the service." And so Shira stood in front of the whole congregation and said in a loud, clear voice, "I would like to offer a prayer to God. I cannot read Hebrew yet, but I can recite all of the Hebrew alphabet letters. And prayers are made from those Hebrew letters. So please, God, take all these letters and make the most wonderful Yom Kippur prayer out of them." And that's what Shira started to do. She started to sing a song that had all of the Hebrew letters in them. I don't think I can, I can make that bigger. So, with our cantor's help, here we go. With our cantor's help, we are going to sing the Hebrew alphabet song. And it goes a little bit differently because it's going to start on the far right. English goes left to right, but Hebrew goes right to left. So we are going to start on the top line, but all the way over on that side, and the cantor's going to lead us in the singing of these letters, the Hebrew letters, the same letters that Shira sang when she tried to lead the service.
And you guys are going to follow along with me and repeat what I say, okay? Ready? Aleph, bet, vet.
Aleph, bet, vet.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Yud, kaf, na'af. Yud, kaf, chaf. Lamed, mem, nun.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Tzadi, kuf, resh.
Tzadi, kuf, resh.
Shin.
Shin,
Sin.
sin,
Taf.
tav. That's it. 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet, all right there for us. And this is what Shira did. Shira stood in front of the entire congregation, and she sang the alphabet. The whole temple was filled with Shira's letters. There they are.
Wow.
Let's do that one more time. This time we'll start way over there, and we'll work our way back around.
Aleph, bet, vet.
Aleph, bet, vet.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Gimel, dalet, hey.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Vav, zayin, chet, tet.
Yud, kaf, chaf.
Yud, kaf, chav.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Lamed, mem, nun.
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Samech, ayin, pei, fei.
Tzadi, kuf, resh.
Tzadi, kuf, resh.
Shin.
Shin,
Sin.
sin,
Taf.
tav. And there they are. All the Hebrew alphabets, letters flying in the sanctuary. When she finished singing, she heard people in the temple call and shout out, "Yesher koach," meaning good job. And even some of the people were clapping. Rabbi Dean hugged Shira and told her that her prayer was pure and inspirational because it came from her heart. And for sure, God got it and made the most beautiful, meaningful prayer out of her Hebrew letters. There's the rabbi telling Shira she did a great job, even though all she did was to say the alphabet. Shira walked back to her seat and got hugs and high fives from her parents. And that was the last year that Shira could not read from the Machzor, from the prayer book, because the year after that, she knew more Hebrew and was able to follow along. Wow. And we say, Chatima Tova, may we have a good inscription. The idea being that during Yom Kippur, we want to make sure to take a look at ourselves, to seek forgiveness for things we've done wrong, and in doing so, we will actually write ourselves in the book of life and blessing for the year to come.
Chatima tova.
Chatima Tova.
Chatima tova.
That's what we say. May you be inscribed for good, because may we take the job of this holiday seriously. And say we're sorry for the things that we have done wrong. The great thing is that we can always change. We can always learn. And when we do that, we become better. And then our little part of the world becomes better. And then soon, before you know it, everybody's doing it, and it can be contagious, just like COVID, but in a positive way, and we can all start doing even better. So that's what we have. So we should conclude our service with a song, and then I've got a special thing because I need your help. On Yom Kippur, we don't sound the shofar, but I need your help because we're going to sound, you're going to each sound a shofar for us to end our Yom Kippur service. But a song that we should conclude with this morning, something maybe about, I don't know, what are we hoping for? We're hoping for a better world. Ooh, peace would be good. It'd be nice for us to have more peace in the world around us. Maybe an Oseh Shalom would be a nice way for us to end our time together. And then I've got something special for the three of you, and you're going to help me make the sounds of the shofar.
Oseh Shalom
Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen.
Help me clap.
Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. All right, so with your all's help, so we've got sounds of the shofar. Do you guys know the sounds of the shofar? There's tru'ah, which is a blast. Bam.
No,
Okay.
Tikiya.
Tekiah.
Tekiah.
Sorry. Right. We've got a song to sing. Why don't we do that as they get ready? And I have for each of you your own mini shofar.
Don't blow it yet.
Don't blow it yet. We're going to blow it with the sounds.
Don't blow it yet.
Hold on to it. You got one of these last year. Adam, yeah. Want another one? Yeah. You can give this one to Shai.
Sorry.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. So you got to listen and do what I say. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Tekiah.
Okay, put your shofars in. Give us a tekiah. Good job. Just one. Just one. We got
like
more.
to hear
The shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year.
Shavari.
So this has three blasts to it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Good. I like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Teru.
So you gotta go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2 on your horns. Ready? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. All right.
Very good.
There's a
I
good-
like to hear the shofar blast. Sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year.
And now comes.
Tekiah Gadola.
This is a big one, as long as you can. All right. That was Tekiah
Very
Gadola.
good.
All right, boys and girls. With that, we conclude our Yom Kippur service, the chance for us to try to do better this year. Let's remember to say we're sorry when we do things wrong. Let's remember to learn from our mistakes. And so doing, we become an even better person. Boker Tov, everyone. Thank you for being with us. Good Yontav and Chatima Tova. Merci. Toda Rabba. Bavakasha.